Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Adani back with another reading. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. So let's see what messages wants to come out for us today. If you're new to my channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Join the tribe. Appreciate you. I also appreciate my day ones, my regulars. I'm grateful for you. So grateful. So I'm going to start off with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. The Queen of the Moon Oracle. And we'll see what messages wants to come out for us today. This is just a general message. It might not resonate with everyone. Okay. All right. Make sure my camera is clean. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Divine Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Let's start off with some oracle messages. We just had a full moon, so let's get some moon energy. Ooh, things are falling out of my hands. Gratitude. Gratitude is the best attitude. All right, that's a wonderful card to have. And it's the last quarter moon card. Gratitude. 23, number 23 reduces to a 5. So there's a change. There's a change taking place that you might need to be in a place of gratitude. We have surrender. Okay, I'm gonna read the information on these cards. Number 26 reduces to an 8. So maybe there's a situation that you need to release and surrender and just be in a state of gratitude. Abundance under the deck. So this could have something to do with something you're trying to receive. Number 38 reduces to an 11. Okay. So, and then we have focus. And that's number 14, which reduces to a 5 again. So 5, 8, 5. 5, 8, 5. 5 plus 8, 13. Plus 5, that's 19. 1 plus 9 is a 10, which reduces to a 1. So this has something to do with a new beginning that you're trying to manifest. Maybe you needed some type of assistance and Spirit just wants you to just release this situation, surrender the situation, and just be in a place of gratitude. And this focus card is the waxing gibbous. So that's like receiving, but it's going to definitely be a major transformation or change, maybe changing the way you're viewing this situation, changing your mindset in this situation will open you up to receive this abundance. So I'm going to read the oracles of these cards. So this is gratitude. Let's start with that. It's a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful picture. And it almost looks like a smaller hand holding a bigger hand. Be grateful for what you already have. Be grateful. And this is a last quarter moon. So let's see what this it means, what it's trying to tell us. It says, be where you are and be thankful. There is always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. And the affirmation says, I joyfully turn my attention to what I'm grateful for. So if there's a situation that you're dealing with, just try to find the positive side to this situation and just be in a place of gratitude. It also says, as we enter the last quarter moon on the lunar cycle, the energies begin to turn towards surrender. Oh, wow. And then we pulled surrender. Ain't that something? and release, to let go of what we no longer need. It behooves us to pay attention to what we have right now, both positive and negative. This attention, paying, and focus allows us to wisely discern and to be grateful for all of it. Yes, all of it. Because the nasty stuff, the stuff that is making us suffer right now, it already happened, and we can take wisdom from this. However, now it's going, and what we have left is the good stuff. And frankly, most of it is going to be great. Taking some time out this moon to list a few things you feel grateful for will raise your vibrations and banish any resistance you have to ditching old, outmoded patterns. Doing this also turns your powerful focus away from a story you may have started to believe of everything going wrong, or that life does terrible things to you. Gratitude is a balancer. In fact, it normally tips the scale to the positive. And the stone that you can work with is the ocean jasper. So it's so weird how it mentions surrender and it also mentioned focus, and we pulled those cards. So just be careful on what you're focusing on, and that you're not just focusing on the negative. Focus on both. It has to be balanced, and look for things in those situations that you can be grateful for. And that can actually tip the scale in your favor. So the next card we have is number 26, and it says surrender. And it looks like this person is surrendering to a higher power, higher energy. So let's see what this surrender is trying to tell us. And that's the waning crescent. Number 26. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. Let go of what you no longer need. Stop being so stubborn about holding on to aspects and behaviors that don't align with who you are now. Stop struggling. And the affirmation says, I let go. I surrender my struggle. I allow the universe to work with me, to work through me, sorry. And it says, it took me a long time to realize that surrendering was a positive thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean the giving up kind of surrender. I mean the, okay, it's time for me to hand this over type of surrender. For those of us who are highly independent and used to doing things quite ably on our own, admitting we need assistance, or that we might indeed have to let something go for our betterment, can be challenging. Letting go and surrendering admits or exposes a vulnerability or two. To surrender, we may need to show our underbelly. We may need to admit we got it wrong, made a mistake, grew a bad habit, surrounded ourselves with people that are not good for us. It can also make us feel raw in a realization. Remember, this moon phase is dark and beautiful. It casts a protective shadow that allows us to be as wide open as we need to be to do our work. We reveal ourselves safely to only the divine and ourselves, and then the light returns. And the crystal to work with on that is the orange calcite. So maybe there's a situation that you just need to let go of, and just let go and let God, release that situation for the divine to work on. Sometimes we might only be seeing a certain aspect of this situation, but the universe, the most high source, sees what we don't see. Spirit sees what we don't see. Maybe there's something that they foresee that we don't see. So you need to try to release control and just let things flow, and everything is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen, with blessings for everyone. Okay, third card is the focus card. Let you see it. Number 14, which reduces to a 5, so that's change. Okay, that's a beautiful card because it looks like she's kind of submerged inside water, and then there's a butterfly on her head. And this is a waxing gibbous moon. So that's like attraction. So number 14. You must focus on the task at hand right now. There is no room for a scattergun approach. Put on the blinkers and do not listen to gossip or negative people. If you make a mistake, it is your mistake to make. Do not waste your focus. Do not split your attention into too many pieces. And the affirmation for this says, I have a laser-like focus that serves me well. Ooh. I have a laser-like focus that serves me well. I like that. I like that. And I'm actually burning a tea light on one of my focus copper plates. So these are copper plates that I purchased from a wonderful woman who owns a very powerful occult store. She's actually closing down, and but I bought this focus plate, which really helps me a lot because I do get a little scatterbrain, and just lighten that intention to make sure my focus is always, clear and strong helps a lot. So it says what we place our focus attention on matters. Placing our undivided focus on something means we are more likely to take action on it. We are more likely to finish something we wish to complete if we focus on it. We are more likely to plan and succeed in our achievements should we take the time to focus on how. Even something as simple as eating a meal is more enjoyable if we take the time to focus on just that, eating, and all of its sensory rewards. What hinders focus? Diversion. And it is often diversions we set for ourselves or that we allow. When we are afraid of our growth or greatness or may procrastinate, we might place drama in our own way. We may even focus on everyone except for ourselves and never have the time to do the things we set for ourselves. Our heart's desires, therefore, never come to us. Wow. We might allow the opinions of others to get in the way, letting the criticisms and values of others affect us. This is useless. We need to forget about the gossip or opinions of others, about what our society says. Instead, turn your focus to you and what you are doing. Pay attention to you. We need to focus instead on what feels so deeply good to us, what we really want, and what we want to place our laser light focus upon. And soon it will be ours. And the crystal for this is carnelian. So it's so weird. I watched a video yesterday of a lady that was teaching that when we turn off our devices, that's when our manifestations come in. Like if you've been manifesting something, speaking affirmations, you might have a vision board, you might have lit a candle, there's something you pray about right before you go to sleep, those things. She says she went on a 9-day fast from her social media, her phone, those things that keep her scrolling. She took a 9-day fast and literally got everything she has been manifesting for a long time. So I was like, whoa. And then for me to see that today, that speaks very loudly. You might be wondering why, like, your prayers are not being answered, your spells are not working. It's probably because there's so much distraction and, that spirit is not able to connect with your energy. And you're not clear. You're not, you have to be very clear whatever you're trying to manifest. Okay? So the overall energy card is the abundance card, and this is so beautiful. She's actually carrying a fox. It's an interesting card. And there's some animals around her. And her background looks very lush. And this is the hunter moon. The hunter moon. Okay. Number 38, which reduces to an 11. That's a master number. So abundance. Take advantage of this time of abundance. It is all around you. Possibility and opportunity are everywhere. You are open and responsive to the abundance around you. There is enough for everyone. And the affirmation is, I am abundant and I'm surrounded by opportunity. So it says the hunter moon is the traditional moon of plenty. It was when game was at its most plentiful, so the people will not be hungry. The moon was large and bright in the sky, and in some cases deep orange, and there was a great deal of light to go hunting well into the evening. Our ancient ancestors couldn't just go off to the supermarket to buy what they needed to eat. Meat didn't come on trays wrapped in plastic. Eggs were gathered. Warm clothing was made from skins of the same animals that were hunted for meat. Nothing was wasted. This abundance was part of a cycle just like any other. It wasn't present all the time, so this time of the year was to be taken advantage of while the going was good. The barrenness of winter would soon return. Hunters had to be prepared. They had to have their weapons ready and their tracking skills honed. As modern people, we are less used to these natural cycles of plenty and barrenness because most of us have stepped away from growing food and the natural environment. However, these cycles are still there even if we are not part of them consciously. This moon normally rises in October in the northern hemisphere, as so was before the winter snows. Then the crystal is citrine. Citrine is a crystal of abundance. Wow. So maybe there's something you're trying to manifest right now, a prosperity, abundance, could be money, could be something. So Spirit just wants you to be in a state of gratitude, release and release control, and just like make sure you're focused, you're not distracted. Take time to kind of like pour your what you want into your mind, because this butterfly is right there on her forehead. That's the third eye. Maybe you need to change your perspective on things. Maybe you need to learn how to quiet your mind so you can visualize exactly what you want. So that's a powerful message. So let's get some tarot so we can go deeper. Okay, Spirit. What are we grateful for? What do we need to be grateful for? Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. So this person is holding back. And maybe this is why you're in a stage of where you need to like miser type of energy, you know? Maybe you're not showing more gratitude, you know? You need to be open to receive. You need to open your heart. You know, like you see here, she's holding her purse close to her chest. You know, but when we hold on too tightly to money or to things like that, money has to flow. See, the Queen of Cups is that water energy, and you see she's inside water. Your money has to flow, and with her hands up symbolizes that release. You know, connecting with spirit, connecting with the Most High, connecting with source, understanding that you don't need to hold on tight to anything, because what you need and what you deserve will definitely flow towards you. Being in a state of release, this looks like someone that's in a state of release, but she's connected mentally, spiritually. She's connected with her psychic powers. Okay, maybe there's something that is closing you off to what you need, and it's probably this type of like self-centered type of energy where all is me. I'm only focused on me, you know, not willing to, you know, like be in a place of gratitude and just being grateful for, you know, this purse that you're holding on so tightly to, knowing that you still are doing better than some people. There are people doing worse than you, and you need to be in a place of gratitude that like, wow, I have all my needs met. So I don't need to be upset because I'm not getting something I want, but just understanding that you're still, you know, in a better position than a lot of people, and just being that energy of, you know, do I really, you know, trying to understand the reason why you want certain things that you want, and understanding that this life, you know, we're here for a much more deeper purpose than the material, and just trying not to hold on too tight to certain things, you know, physically will open you up to more abundance and prosperity. Okay, Spirit. What is this surrender? The star. Wow, the star. Yeah, you need to just surrender this situation. Once you've made your wish, you've wished on the star, you've made a petition, you know, you got to believe that, you know, what the intentions you put out there has been received. This card and this card definitely has the same type of energy. He's looking up at this burst of fire right here, okay, which symbolizes like the divine, the most high source. And then over here on the star card, she's connecting with the source, the most high, the, you know, the heavens. So both are connecting, you know, surrendering this situation with the, with knowing and understanding that, you know, you, they hear you. God hears you. You're, you know, you've been heard. So you need to just release control and go about your day-to-day, you know, routine. You know, when you put that intentions out there, you don't want to continue thinking about it, talking about it, because then you self-sabotage the blessing that's coming. Okay, focus. Focus. We got the Two of Pentacles. So there was an imbalance, you know, trying to juggle, you know, your mind. You know, I don't know if you're dealing with too much like chatter in your mind, too many people trying to advise you. Maybe you're speaking to too many people to the point where you're very confused, okay, of the next step to make. So this is the balance card, as above, so below, as within, so without. So you need to bring yourself into balance, so this transformation can take place. This major change can take place. This abundance can come in. I don't know if wherever you are, there's a bunch of, you know, people that are toxic, that are constantly speaking negativity in your ear. It's actually affecting you, and it's affecting your growth. High Priestess under the deck. So, you know, just being, knowing that you're using your intuition, like the Queen of Cups, you're highly intuitive, you know, you're highly gifted, using that discernment to understand, you know, that what you're doing right now, you are in alignment. So you don't even have to do anything extra hard to achieve what you're trying to achieve, because it's already part of your destiny for you to receive that. So just surrender that situation to the Most High. You're going to, you know, it's going to definitely come to you. Be in a place of gratitude. I could also be speaking to someone who has just gotten over something, maybe some type of physical challenge with your health. You could have been dealing with some type of health issues, you know, that you were very quiet about. You didn't tell anyone about. You're experiencing migraine headache. You know, you've been keeping that to yourself. But it looks like you're going to overcome that, and balance within your body, and your health will be restored. Aquarius energy here, okay? So if you're hearing a lot of like negative chatter, negative talk, maybe be careful who's advising you right now. They could be, you know, not advising you the right way. Thank you, Spirit. So I'm speaking to someone that's very, very guarded and protected. the veil. So this is someone that's very gifted. Maybe you're holding your gifts to yourself and not sharing it to the world. I mean, Aquarius energy is that collective energy, and knowing that we are connected, we are all connected. You're here to be of service and to connect with those that need the assistance, the help. That's what you're here for. You know, you could be like trying to really block those gifts, not trying to face it. Maybe you're doing things in a way that you feel that's how you want to do it, you know. But there's a way that the universe wants you to use your gifts to help people. Thoughts. So that's also like that focus card. Watch your thoughts. Watch your thoughts so they're not going to like self-sabotage you, you know, because things are, you know, are now trying to flow in the right direction. You also have the ancestors here, okay? So understanding, maybe you've reached out to your ancestors. I could be speaking to someone who's done some ancestral work and veneration. Your ancestors have showed up in the reading. They want you to know that they're protecting you and you're guided. Ice Queen. So the Ice Queen fell under that Two of Pentacles, okay, which is someone that has been juggling someone coming in and out of their life. Spirit wants you to have this attitude towards that person. If they try to come back, you need to be the Ice Queen. You cannot have that real, I love you, I'm caring about you. No matter how many times you walk over me and treat me horribly, I'm continuing to you know, treat you as if you're the prize, because I was taught that I'm inferior. So maybe there's something different about you and this person. Y'all could be different cultures, different races. But at the end of the day, you cannot put yourself down and uplift another person just because you feel that this is true love. Okay? Because this person needs to realize that you're the one that has the secret to the wealth. If they treat you right, they're going to attract wealth and abundance. If they treat you negatively, they will not. Abundance is coming, though. Abundance is on its way, if it hasn't come yet. Third party situation. So there could be a third party situation out there, two females and a male. You know, maybe that's what you're thinking about, is a lover. Maybe you heard something, false narrative that was shocking, you know, that shocked you about this person. And ever since then, you decided to keep your distance. Ooh, Spirit, I give thanks. Child. Ice Queen, child. Ice Queen can also be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I have ritual here. So I don't know if you did a ritual. And a ritual can be anything. It could just be standing outside and wishing on a star. It could be just talking to someone you love about your experiences. It could be being in your home office, lighting a candle or incense, just connecting to spirit, using all the elements of air, water, fire, and earth. Okay? So we have ritual and child that came out together. So I don't know if you have a child or if you're still in childbearing, you know, age, but just something about your child. Your child is a special child. Your child is like a star seed, but maybe something was done, and you know, if this child prays, their power is in the prayer. They have a gift of prayer. You could have a gifted child, or you were a gifted child when you were a child. There's somebody coming in to act like they're a nice guy, okay? They could come off as a nice guy, but maybe there's another side to them that they're hiding, okay? Thank you, Spirit. Moving on. So I see you still moving on. You know, you're on the move, trying to figure out the best, you know, pretty much doing your research. I don't know who's doing the rituals and the spells, but we first got ritual, now we got love spell. Now y'all saw me shuffle. So there is somebody out here trying to bend reality in their favor, trying to bend your needs, your mindset. You know, if you find yourself thinking about someone a lot, just know that you could be, you know, somebody could have your name under a candle somewhere burning. You know, a lot of people are under the impression that, oh, if I don't believe in it, it can't happen. No, it can happen, believe it or not. Okay? Divination, someone could have got a reading on you, or I am speaking to someone who has a gift of divination. Okay? But it was beat out of you some type of way when you were a child. You experienced some type of abuse due to the fact that you are a special star seed. And you remember these things happening. For whoever this reading is for, you're going to know. You will know. It's not something where you will question. It will come to you strong. Divination came out again, so she wants to stay out. Somebody could have gotten a reading on you. And guess what they were told? They were told that just this person, whoever this person is to you, they're abundant. This person is abundant. Number 26, which adds up to 8. This person is going to make generational wealth. That's what they were told. And this person got envious about that, of what they heard. They were kind of jealous of that. Like, how come she's going to be abundant? I want her to fail. They're like, well, we have no control over, you know, her outcome. But this person is attracting wealth, generational wealth. In fact, they've learned how to make the wealth. So there's somebody that's expecting, that is waiting, okay, to hear from you or to meet with you again. Thank you, Spirit. Give us one more card, Spirit. One more card. Distant future. You could hear from this person in a distant future. Distant future, number 36, which adds up to a 9. That could be September, okay? That will be what? Virgo season. Then they'll be ready to make a love offer. You saw me shuffle, okay? This is why they're doing everything they did for this love offer, okay? So that's what I got for someone. So just remember to be in a place of gratitude. Surrender this situation to the Most High. Surrender the situation to, you know, a higher power. And they will take complete control and regulate, you know, my platform. Okay? So that's the message. If you have any questions or if it resonated, please reach out to me. My information is in the description box. Thank you very much. Much love. Bye-bye.